Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grown Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today is May 29th of 2025. It's Thursday. It's 66 degrees Fahrenheit or 19 degrees Celsius. And Mr. Clock says it's 7 o'clock p.m. in the evening. He's going to give us the time here. 7 o'clock, that's what Mr. Clock says. Today we're going to work on our Texas Lilac, and that is the hardest plant for me to keep around. It's the main name is Vitex, but in Texas they call it the Texas Lilac because of the flowers on it. We're going to give it a light pruning, a repotting. We're going to use Ted's Mix and some Mikos. I got my old pot, which I had the mountain mint in there that I got from my landscape show, but that didn't make it. So I don't know why, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So here's and the reason why I'm saying that it's hard for me to keep them is because people want them. They want to try it out. So I'm happy to give it to them, and I'm glad that Clint Cotton, the Crepe Myrtle guy, gave me an extra one. So Clint, thank you very, very much. And here is Clint's information, and then we got the back over here. So check them out. These trees are awesome. I mean, they're great. They're super cool. So, and then Marisol Dealey from Frostbite Bonsai. Yes, I still got your clay in there that they use on aquariums, and that seals this thing up real good. So let's hope I can keep this one. But I got my miniature one. Nobody got my miniature one. I'll have to show you that one later. So let's get it out. And that's the name of the tree. So let's put the pot on the side because we're going to have to work on it. But before we do anything, you can see how the branches fan out. So all I'm going to do is take my ironwood tool and my needle nose, because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. And all I'm going to do is go straight into here and cut it. Cut that piece off. And then I'm going to put it in some water. I don't know if I can root it, but we'll throw it in and let's see what happens. Maybe I can make another mini out of it. And I don't know, I don't think I got enough of brain on there. But we'll see, we'll see. And I'll cut off these old leaves so we can open it up a little bit. I think we got it like this. Usually you put cuttings on, lipstick on plants when there is, when they're a little bit bigger than a pencil. So I don't have to do it on that little snip over there. So let's get it out. Let's see what we got in here. Put our pot on the side. Yeah, I still got to clean my mess. I got Matt's root rake from Bobcat Bonsai. Oop. Thank you, Matt. So let's see where our root flare starts. We'll go slow but sure on it. And when Clint does his trees, I mean, you can see the nice root system on here. Let me get this camera up a little bit closer so you can see. There we go. And right now, I don't know what I do with my other scissors. So I'll just take these for cutting this root roundabouts over here, the roundabout roots. Now see, I didn't have a chance to plant these right away, but they were sitting in a morning sun and evening sun, not in a hot sun. But I had to get this one planted because I know I want it to grow real nice for me into flower. And if I'm not mistaken, they're fast growers. But you can check out Clint's site, give him a call. Clint's a good guy. And you can check out his email because he will answer you. I mean, there's no, as Bing Crosby would say about Minute Maid orange juice, there's no doubt about it. Clint will get back to you. So we got a nice root here. Let's check our root system. What mass root rate? I love the way he's got the bark in here and the soil, and I think he's got some sand in here too, because it's a nice gritty mix. And this tree looks good. Get the weeds out, because you know, weed seeds fly. So let's get this out a little bit, and that'll make your root rake. You just tell them if you want a steel handle or a wooden handle. I myself like the wooden handle on the root rakes because it's a lot more comfortable in my hand, especially those for you with arthritis. You don't have that cold steel on your hand when you're working on the roots. There we go. Look at a nice root system on here. This is really, really nice. Really looking good. So, get some of the old roots out. Put the soil in my old soil mix. Get that in there. And the old soil mixes I usually use for when I grow my vegetables outside. So let's, now this one I got a screen in here because I'm all out of my unmilled sphagnum moss. Now people ask me, you know, with unmilled sphagnum moss, how to keep the bugs from getting inside the pot. Well, I'll tell you what, ants, any bugs, they don't go, if they can't get in through here, they're going to crawl up the side of the pot and go inside. So I use that. Even with the screen, they still get in there. You say, what about the roly-polies, those pill bugs? Yeah, they still get in because they can climb up and go in. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it. So let me get Ted's mix over here. And we'll put some into the pot if I can open the cover. And we should have enough in here because I'm almost all out of Ted's mix. So let's get the big measuring cup and we'll put it inside. Just like that. And Tom, you had something here. Oh, there it is. I know where it's at. I was going to put a little house in here so you could see it. And you're going to say, Tom, what about your Dr. Earth? I ran out of that too, so I got to buy all that too. So let's put this on the side here. Put it here. And let's see which is the best side of this pot. This is all a little hookadoo. I think we'll go with this. And you can see by the cutout, it's got a nice fan out there. So this probably will be the leader, but I'm going to leave these two branches on to thicken it up. And all we're going to do, now we got this one, it's developing a taproot there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that taproot back right off. And this way here, into the garbage it goes. We'll have a nice root flare here, and we'll put it in like this. I think that'll be nice. Just like that. We'll just trim some of the roots around it so we can get them to start growing. And this is a young plant. I can cut this back, but I'm going to leave this grow so we can thicken up the trunk. And what I'm going to do, what are you going to do, Tom? We're going to take our measuring cup and make a little mound in there so we know that we got everything in there, the root flare and everything, and we're going to just jiggle it in because we want this as our front right here, and we just got it offset a little bit. And you can always take your chopstick and move it out. If you don't have a root rake, you can use a chopstick or you can use one of the old-fashioned steak forks. but I find Matt's very, very comfortable in the hand. Matt, you do a good job, buddy. And Marisol, thanks for the tip on the sealing them deep crevasses, as they would call it, in the pot. What are you gonna do? There we go. Let's put that there. We'll take our chopstick and we're gonna fire it in, fire it in, fire it in, fire it in. I'm gonna say, Tom, there's a big root ball there. Well, we're just gonna take that out because that's where the trunk is, right there. So that's going to be a nice fat little trunk over there for us. And I thought I was going to put the Mikos in, and you know what? I forgot again. So, Tom, you're getting way ahead of the schedule here. So I had to, yeah, see, I had it right here. Because I haven't used it in a while, so I forget. So all we're going to do, we're going to take our spoon. We're going to take about that much and put it in. And then we're just going to work it into the soil like we did with the crepe myrtle, the pink velour on the children's corner. If you didn't catch the children's corner, it's got a nice pink velour crepe myrtle. That one's got class. So, I mean, all his crepe myrtles do, but that one's got a nice color to the leaves. So let's get this in like this, and we'll just jiggle it in. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get it in, get it in. It's not fertilizer, it's beneficial bacteria. Don't be afraid to work it in, work it in, work it in. Now we got the little mound there, but that's all right. We're going to give it a little squirt. Yes, I remember to fill up the squirt spray bottle. Some people call it the squirt bottle. Now you can see it's sticking up some more, but we're going to put some of our chicken grit soil on the top. And I got a different one here. It was where I didn't use that much chicken grit in there. I forgot to write down how much was on there. But that's all right. I'll just stick it in. And all of this is cocoa core with the chicken grit. There we go. I think this was the seed starter mix, because you can see some of the fine little pieces of perlite in there. That's it. And you can see it's still a little loose in the soil. So now what we got to do is we got to really fire this chopstick in there, because I moved it a little bit. We just got to fire it in and get all those air pockets out. Got to get them all out. So don't be afraid. Sometimes you make a mistake. Hey, I do videos where there's no editing, nothing. So when I make a mistake, I don't, I got to edit it and then redo it again. No, no, no. What you see is what you get. Just like back in the day when TV first came out. They had to ad lib when they made a mistake, and some of them comedians really knew how to do it. There we go. And you can see this tree, this cutting, has movement by itself. Because Clint uses no wires. He just grows them as is. And you know what? That's the best. You can say, Tom, I got to buy wire. No, you don't. Just do the grow and clip method. Grow it and clip it. And remember where the brain is. If you want it to grow this way, you got to clip it right above the brain with the notch going that way. Because if there's a double one, like on here, it might sprout out too, but you just cut the one off because that's where you want it to go. You want it to move. Okay, so let's get this squirted in. that. Mr. Clock says it's 7:15 p.m. in the evening. It says, Tom, you're about 15 minutes into the video, and boy, the video, I'm like 12 seconds off. Well, on the timer on the video, so there we go. And what else am I going to put in there? Well, first I got to move the bucket. Put that there. Ooh. Back's killing me from all the work I was doing today. And I got this little house. You can get it from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. Take the tag off. Put it in. Then we could put our little house in the background here. Just like that. And we'll add a little of our mix in there. We've got to get Mr. Spoon. Where are you, Mr. Spoon? Here you are. Mr. Spoon says hello to all the kitties. Mr. Elephant says hello to all the kitties out there. Mix this up a little bit more. And this tree grew real close to the house, but or can we put the house over here? Yeah, I think the house is over here is better. That's all right. And we'll just put the soil around it. It's like the wind blowing it this way, the way it's bent. But that's all right. We'll see how it grows, and then we'll do our pruning and our thoughts after that. After it grows this summer, we're going to see how it is. And now these trees, I'm going to bring them all in for the wintertime, the crepe myrtles, because they will not make our winters here. The only one that made it was Victor Red, but I don't want to take a chance on him anymore because Victor Red is a fighter. And mine lasted for 2 winters in the microclimate, but then something got at it and tore the living daylights out of it, so that was a sad, sad loss on my part for that tree. But let's hope I can keep this let's hope I can keep my Vitex, my Texas Lilac, as they call it, because of the flowers it gets, because the lilac trees, I guess, don't have the dormancy period, so they can produce flowers in Texas, so the Vitex is the next best thing to a lilac out in Texas. And we're going into warmer regions. Give it a little spray there. We'll put it outside. And we go from there. Just take your finger, pat it down. It's solid in there. And I think the chicken grit really holds it down. And then, I don't know if it's tomorrow or Sunday. We'll see how everything goes. I'll try to do the other crepe myrtle. Now here's some more of my 50-50 mix that I gotta mix. And this one has more chicken grit in there. So we're gonna just put this over here for now. Now for the house, he needs a pathway, right, Tom? Yes, we do. So of course, we have to move the camera out of the way so we can open the drawer. Let's get it over here. Let's get it back a little bit. And we got to get our #1 chicken grit out. So, there we go. Sorry about that. And we'll make a path with the chicken grit. Nice little gravel path. I like this cherry red chicken grit. We'll just make our little pathway coming out of the house. Just like that. The pathway is just going like they're going to walk, so you can pretend it's just going out into another part of the section of where this person lives in this little cottage. And there we go. Now I don't have no more sand or nothing like that to decorate it. I'm running low on supplies. So with that little pathway there, give it a little squirt, and there you have it. 1, 2, 3. And if this blooms this year, which I'm hoping it does, I gotta put it in sunlight. And well, I'll show the flowers on it. So far so good. And you can see the nice bend in the trunk that it has by itself. Now we can grow this branch this way if we want for windblown, or we can keep this as a leader, or we can cut it back to here and let it start growing this way. And this one's starting to, it's got a leaf here, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So today is Thursday, and what's Thursday? It's book night. So shut that phone off, shut that TV off, at least for a good hour. If you can't, a good half hour. And just sit back, relax your mind, and read. Or listen to some old-time radio with some soft music. You know, some classical music, and you can read that way. There we go. Got this all in, nice and firm. And there you have it. If I had a gnome laying around, I'd have put one over there. So you take care, everybody. Have a good day. It's 21 minutes into the video, 21 and a half. Mr. Clock says, get moving, Tom. So, from my house to your house, have a great night and enjoy a cup of tea tonight.